Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica Flynn and I am the owner and maker of Flynn Sisters Boutique. And this week we are going to be doing a really fun V-split design with some beautiful vinyls and some beautiful glitters. Of course, you know all the products that you see in this video will be listed and linked down below in the description box. You might even find some discount codes for you there as well. So that's enough chit chat for me. Let's go ahead and get started. Hey guys, so here's what we're going to be working with today. I'm going to have all these products listed and linked down in the description box. And I'm working with a 24-ounce taper from Craft Haven today for my tumbler. I've already prepped and sanded it. And we're actually going to create our own template for our cup today using just a piece of computer paper. So I'm going to hold the top edge of the paper against the top edge of my tumbler, and I'm going to kind of eyeball how long I want the width of the top of my V-split to be, and I'm going to mark that with a little fold in my paper here, and then I'll fold it all the way down the cup nice and crispy and straight. Then I need to determine how long I want that V-split to be based on the length of my cup. So after I have the width of the cup down from top to bottom, then I'm going to fold that piece of paper in half. And then I'm going to decide on what angle I want my split to come down in. And then I'm going to fold it at that angle on just one side. And then I'll copy that angle on the other side when I go to cut it all out. I should be left with a nice even triangle V-split template here, and we're going to make sure it's nice and aligned up at the top of our cup. Then I'm going to hold it down against my cup and just mark either side with a white acrylic paint marker. You could use a Sharpie or a pencil, whatever's easier for you. You could even tape your template down to the cup just so that it's not moving around as you're trying to mark it off. Once we're all done with that, I'm going to tape off the inside of the V-split that we just created, and then we're going to apply our vinyl to the remainder of the cup. To apply my vinyl, I first try to get a good picture for how much I would need, so I just trimmed off any excess. I did give myself a good amount of wiggle room because this is a tapered cup. But all we're going to do is fold back a part of the paper backing of our vinyl to expose like an inch of the vinyl, which we'll use as an anchor to apply that just outside of the tape line here. So you'll see there's a little bit of an overlap. And then I'll just use my vinyl squeegee to firmly press my vinyl down, going up and down along the cup, using that squeegee to push back the paper backing. I'm not pulling the paper backing off. I'm letting the squeegee do all the work, and I'm really taking my time to make sure we don't get any kind of wrinkles or bubbles. Once we get to the end here, I'm just going to press against the seam so I can reveal the tape line, which is where I'm going to run my craft knife along to get a nice smooth edge. Now we're going to trim off the excess along the top and bottom rim. For my bottom rim, I'm just going to run my knife along this little crispy edge here. The 24-ounce taper cups from Craft Haven do have a really sharp edge here at the bottom, but I really like that. And I end up just finishing it a lot how I would finish the top rim of a tumbler as far as like establishing the seal and stuff like that. For my top rim, I did end up running it through my edge trimmer. And once we get all that cleaned up, we're going to replace our tape line over the vinyl this time so we can paint and glitter in our V-split. For our base color today, I'm using French Lilac from Rustoleum. And remember, we're just going to do some nice light coats, nothing too heavy or drippy. As soon as this dries, I'm going to be using my fast setting epoxy as adhesive for glitter today. And we want to just get a nice, smooth, even coat here, nothing too heavy. Notice my tape is still over the vinyl section. And then I'm just going to let it rip with this glitter. This is called Yummy from Nicole Merritt Original, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's purpley, it's sparkly, it's like a mauve, but also kind of a lavender and pinkish. I don't know, it's very pretty. I love it. So as soon as we're done coating that in all this beautiful glitter, we are going to remove our masking tape, and I'm going to let this dry for about 1.5 hours before we move on to our next step. Once that other section is dry, we're going to mix up another small batch of my fast cure epoxy, and we're going to use that as the adhesive for the waterfall ombre that we're going to do over this butterfly vinyl. We're going to be using Sydney Grace this time, also from Nicole Merritt Original. And after I apply a very thin layer of epoxy just to the butterfly section, I'm going to angle my cup up and I'm going to hand sprinkle that glitter in to create like an ombre effect, aiming towards the bottom rim and just really taking my time sprinkling that on there. You can always add more, but you can't always take away, so just really take your time sprinkling that on. Once you've got enough glitter on the bottom rim, you can do the same along the top rim to create a beautiful cascading effect with all those beautiful stars and pink glitters that are in that mix. I just love this glitter. I'm not including the sound from when I filmed this, but if you guys can hear it, you would just hear me in the background going, wow, 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 this is so pretty. I absolutely loved it. All right, so after I got the glitter applied to that epoxy in this waterfall effect, we are going to put it on our turner to dry. Because I have glitter just kind of suspended in that epoxy how it is, even though the epoxy is really thin, I don't want to risk any kind of movement by hanging this upside down on a drying rack. So I'm going to put it on my turner to dry for about an hour before putting it on my rack to dry for the remainder of the time, which with my fast set should be about another half hour to an hour. Once that's fully dry, I started to epoxy. I did not seal before I epoxied because those glitters are so similar and everything's just kind of whatever. So I just went straight into epoxy. It took 2 coats to get it smooth enough to start sanding. And now I'm just going to go around and smooth everything out, make sure there's no pokey bits. If you find there's a lot of sanding that needs to be done at this point, just go in and do 3 coats instead of just 2. You'll also see that we're going to sand along the top and bottom rim to expose a fine line of stainless steel. This is where our final coats of epoxy are going to adhere to create the final seal for our tumbler on the outer rim, rather than the very top rim where it's more vulnerable. Once I'm done with my sanding, I'm going to clean this up with some rubbing alcohol and paper towels, and then we're going to be ready to move on to the next step. Okay guys, now on to the fun part. I absolutely love this painted V-split section. I think it adds so much impact with very little effort. So all we're going to do to create that is we're going to run 1 piece of 1-inch masking tape on one side of that V-split and repeat the same thing on the other side, running that tape line along the edge there. So it creates a V, and then I'm going to take 1/4-inch masking tape and place that right along the inside of that blue masking tape that we just laid down. You want to make sure that your tape is nice and straight and crispy. Make sure that you trim the bottom V of that 1/4-inch masking tape with your craft knife really well. Make sure you get your point nice and straight. After you get the yellow 1/4-inch tape line down, you'll fill in the remainder with a wider masking tape, like a 2-inch or whatever you have, just to fill in the remainder of the V. And really, you could do as many small or large V shapes that you want. And don't forget to tape along the outside of our V. I just used a thicker painter's tape for that. And then we're going to take it over to our spray booth. We're going to just remove the thinnest line first. The reason we're going to do the thinnest line first is because it'll be the easiest to replace later. And using a flat black spray paint, I'm just going to spray aiming towards the top with the fade going out into the bottom. As soon as that dries, which should be pretty quick, I'm going to replace that tape line with that 1/4-inch tape. Now you see why it was easier for us to do this one first, because it's a lot easier to replace this line than it is the larger sections. As soon as we get that tape replaced and trimmed up at the point there, I'm going to remove the remainder of the tape in our blue painter's tape sections, and we are going to spray paint from the opposite end, which would be the bottom of the cup fading up into the top. All right, and as soon as my paint was dry, which was pretty quick, I just removed all the remaining masking tape, and then I was ready to move on to applying our vinyl stripes, which is totally optional. I don't even think you really needed them, but I think it just adds some extra kind of pizzazz to our design, and it looks really cool. I even thought it looked cool totally matte before I even applied the epoxy. But this was just so much fun, and this is one of those techniques that I call like little effort, big impact. You know, it doesn't take a lot of time, but it does add a very cool element to the cup, and I just love the way that glitter looks peeking through the faded spray paint. It's really pretty. Once I got my vinyl lines on there and all trimmed up, I was ready for my final coats of epoxy. This one took 2 final coats before it was completely done. And you'll notice that I have not applied any epoxy to the bottom of our cup. This particular style of cup from Craft Haven has a really sharp edge at the bottom. So I just bring my epoxy down to that bottom edge, and then I trim off any excess epoxy that might have spilled over along the bottom with a craft knife. And then I'll show you guys how we fill in that bottom well there. Once my cup is completely finished and dry, I'm going to go around the bottom rim with a craft knife and remove any excess epoxy. You'll notice that I didn't bring my epoxy around the side all the way to the bottom. I left the epoxy completely off. That's because I established the seal at that bottom corner on the outside rim rather than bringing it around that sharp edge. I would only do that on a cup like this where the bottom has a very sharp edge, like these 24-ounce tapers from Craft Haven. To finish out the bottom, I'm going to pour in a little glitter butt. Now this cup already comes with the well indented like that. So I've got 20 milliliters of my Fast Cure epoxy, and I'm going to pour in just enough glitter to cover the top of my epoxy there. Make sure I'm happy with the saturation of glitter that I have in my little mixing cup there, and then I'm going to pour it directly into that well. I definitely won't use all 20 milliliters, but better to have a little too much than not enough. Make sure your cup is on a level surface, and then I'll kind of roll the cup around with my hands to try and bring that epoxy to all edges of that well to make sure I've got full coverage. I'm going to hit it with my torch to pop any bubbles, and then I'm going to set this in a safe, level place to dry for a few hours, and then that's it. We're all done. So that's it for this tutorial, you guys. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. I upload new videos every week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. And a big thank you to all of our Flynn Sisters exclusive members. Thank you for your pledge. Your support means the world to our channel. If you love this video, you could check out our last video here. Also be sure to find us on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and of course subscribe for all our new videos that come out every Wednesday and Saturday. Thanks so much for watching. See you soon.